It's Rusty. Now, we know earlier today we was saying that cat food was making him mean. And he's not mean now, but he hasn't been eating it for like 2 days, for about a day. So I wonder if there's something in that cat food that makes him mean, because he's not being mean right now, he's being friendly. So I'm thinking there's something in that meow mix that just makes him get cranky. I don't know why, but he's not cranky now. You can see Rusty's doing fine. Yeah, I don't know what's in the cat food that gets him all hyper like that, but clearly something is doing that. The other thing I wanted to cover is Noodles complaining. Oh, every time I bring this up, I keep yawning. Because I think, like you're probably saying, oh shit, I gotta talk about that again. Yawn. Well, Noodles really shouldn't be complaining. This isn't his channel. If this was his channel, it'd be a different story. He can complain all he wants. This is my channel. It's the same old bullshit. It doesn't change. Why does he bring up the father that gave his daughter cocaine in her ice cream? Why did he want me to show that? Why did he want to talk about me watching cats being killed? I think it's kind of tragic, and I don't feel comfortable talking about somebody causing harm to children without the child being aware of what's going on, okay? Or the hurting of animals, either, for that matter. It just seems to be... The biggest problem is YouTube itself has changed. It's a moving target. YouTube thought by becoming like TikTok that they were going to grow. Well, they did. But what's happening is all the older video creating people are going, God, you serious? You want me to stream for 10 hours watching paint dry? The content is, in many cases, it's just not the same thing as would be in the video. That they're gaining anything out of it. Okay? Even YouTube's hard drives are getting full. I mean, they're getting full of videos that are live streams that don't really get to the point. That's why they created the hype command, because they realized that small fry channels of less than 500,000 subs are probably not going to be able to compete against channels that are bringing in, you know, 1 million subs and with their videos. The big channels like Mr. Beast, they already make videos. Logan Paul make videos. They're not making shorts as much. They're certainly not making as many lives. Joe Rogan makes lives. Lisa Havens makes lives. Noodles makes lives. I make lives. Hisachi Electric makes lives on occasion. BigClive.com makes lives on occasion. Adrian's Digital Basement? I haven't seen any, but that doesn't mean he don't. I just haven't seen any. But, so, I started out with YouTube. We didn't even have the ability to do anything in the videos. I mean, videos were starting to show up. I mean, live streams. But what it was is, my computer at the time, which was an old iMac Intel Core 2 Duo machine, couldn't get enough speed to do a live stream. My prior computer, that the eMac, could not do a live stream. My Power Mac G5 couldn't do a live stream. Okay? It didn't have the horsepower. But what it could do is videos, and that's what we did. We uploaded videos so that we could hear and cover things. And the content that I could do with Final Cut Pro and Final Cut Express. Edit the videos down, make them smoother transitions, and get them ready out the door. That worked fine. Editing videos even on my, I don't know about 1080p, but 720p videos usually edited okay. Live streams, no. Best I could do was 640 by 360, and they were choppy and dropping frames all over the place. It was a train wreck. So we didn't do a lot of videos that way. Since I couldn't do live streams, I had to do the videos best I could. Of course, I could combine multiple videos together and make a whole large video, and that worked out fine. People would watch the videos, like, share, subscribe, hype. Hype didn't exist back then. Notice that hype only exists for videos, but only on the phone. Portrait or landscape. Yeah, maximum 3 hypes a week. Only 3 videos a week. That's it. I mean 3 hypes. So if there were 3 hypes, you gotta make those count. And that's something I'm trying to do right now. As you can guess, I'm feeling a little tired right now. It's the same video. It is the 2nd of August. It's a Monday, 9:53 p.m. Eastern Time. And I also want to cover, and I try to cover this many takes, so let's see if I can get this at least close to right. Noodles doesn't like my channel because he realizes that my channel can do better than his channel. But what he doesn't realize is where I want my channel to go. He often has goals that are very different. For example, what me and Chris Bliss did on Saturday is more or less where I wanted my channel to go. Sunday. Where we went, no, what's Saturday? That's right, yeah, Saturday. Well, we went out for a country drive. Got a chance. He wanted to go to this accordion museum in Canaan, Connecticut at the railway station. And so we went and looked at the railway station. And which is very interesting design in the first place. And the way the outer windows were done. But the other thing that was interesting about them was that this man had a huge collection of accordions of all types. No, I'm not into the accordion, but Chris was clearly enjoying himself. He was like a kid in a candy store. It was having fun looking at accordions, the various states of working, and he wants to buy one. And I told him, I said, it's up to you, Chris, if that's what you want to do. I'm not going to stop you. Remember, I'm going to get a violin, so I understand the passion. I get it. You want your accordion, and I want my violin. Now, the difference is it was his grandfather who played the accordion. Nobody in my family plays the violin. Okay? Nobody. We got members of the family that do play the piano, but not a violin. My father had a secret stash of organ books. Yes, my dad was dreaming of a small one manual organ, maybe two manuals. Electronic organ that he could play. That interested my father. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know. Look, no one says you're going to sound like Diane Bish on the organ if you wanted to play it for the first time. Or you're going to sound like the organist at St. Joseph's. That guy had many years of practice and experience. You're not going to sound like that. And I don't know any violinist either, so I would be learning from YouTube videos and struggling along with everybody else. And somebody else says, why do you want to play the violin? It's one of the hardest instruments. Because I want to try a challenge. Is that the wrong thing? Let's try a challenge. Sounds good to me. So, that's the reason why I want to buy the violin. It's not because I want to sound like somebody who plays the violin in a concert hall or in an orchestra. It's for me to make happy sounds. Just like for Chris Pless, wants an accordion so he can make happy sounds. Maybe live some of his grandfather's legacy. Nothing wrong with that either. So, am I going to buy a violin? What's that over? Am I going to buy the violin? Not sure exactly when. I'm not sure when. I mean, maybe in November, maybe in December. Who knows? Who knows? But, you know, like I said, my channel is growing. The viewership is on the rise. The revenue coming in is on the rise. So Noodles is right there. The channel is growing. Not the way he wants to grow, but the way I see is successfully growing. Remember, YouTube is a constantly changing platform. So what works for some people on YouTube doesn't work for everybody. And that's something to keep in mind. But remember, Silver Moon is not part of YouTube. Silver Moon is out of a labor of love. It's what I want to do. It's my passion. It gives me happiness. But it is not YouTube. So its viewers are different. Well, I guess that's about all I can say right now. That we had a great time on the weekend. We do have the road trip video, which I can upload. And I will probably upload that as another video. And we'll do that. Well, I guess that's about all I can say right now. That we had a great time on the weekend. We do have the road trip video, which I can upload. And I will probably upload that as another video.
In the summer's embrace, she